You are not bad at English. And I want you to listen to this very carefully. Your vocabulary is not the real problem. Your grammar is not the real problem. Your pronunciation is not the real problem. There is only one thing that is stopping you from speaking confidently, and it has nothing to do with English itself. The question is, are you ready to face what that one thing really is? Welcome back, dear friends. If you have ever stayed silent in a conversation even when you knew the answer, if you have ever prepared a sentence in your mind but decided not to say it, or if your heart starts beating fast the moment someone says, "Can you speak in English?" then this video is for you. Today we are going to uncover the real reason why you feel stuck. And once you understand this, your confidence will start changing immediately. Because the problem was never your English. It was something deeper. The real enemy is not English. Let me tell you something that might shock you. The real enemy in your life is not English. It is not grammar rules. It is not vocabulary lists. It is not pronunciation practice. The real enemy is the fear sitting quietly inside you every time you try to speak. Take Sophia as an example. She understands English very well. She watches interviews, she listens to podcasts, she reads posts online, and she understands almost everything. When she is alone in her room, she can form full sentences without any problem. Sometimes she even speaks confidently while practicing in front of the mirror. But the moment she has to speak in front of real people, something changes. Her heartbeat becomes faster. Her throat feels dry. Her mind suddenly forgets simple words she uses every day. Why does this happen? Did her English suddenly disappear? No. Her knowledge is still there. But fear becomes louder than her ability. She starts thinking, what if I make a mistake? Then another thought comes, what if they laugh? And then the worst one, what if they think I am not smart? These thoughts attack her confidence before she even speaks one word. So, she decides to stay quiet. Not because she cannot speak, but because silence feels safer. And this is exactly what happens to so many people. You prepare a sentence in your mind. It sounds perfect in your head. But before you open your mouth, fear interrupts you. It tells you that making a mistake is dangerous. It tells you that people are waiting to judge you. It tells you that it is better to stay silent than to risk embarrassment. But here is the truth. Nobody is thinking about your mistakes as much as you are. Most people are too busy worrying about their own image. The fear you feel is often bigger than the reality. Yet because you believe that fear, you stop yourself again and again. So, understand this clearly. Your English is not weak. Your courage is under attack. And until you realize that fear is the real enemy, you will keep blaming grammar for a problem that was never about grammar in the first place. Why your mind protects you from speaking? Now let us go deeper. If fear is the real enemy, then why does it feel so powerful? Why does your mind stop you even when you want to speak? Because your brain is trying to protect you. Yes. You heard that right. Your mind thinks that speaking in English in front of others is a risky situation. Not physically risky, but socially risky. And for your brain, social rejection feels like danger. Thousands of years ago, being rejected from a group meant survival was harder. So even today, your brain reacts strongly to situations where you might look foolish or embarrassed. So, when someone says, "Can you explain this in English?" your brain does not think, "Great opportunity." It thinks, warning. You might mess up. People might judge you. Stay safe. And the safest option? Silence. That is why your hands feel cold. That is why your heart beats faster. That is why simple words disappear. It is not because you do not know English. It is because your brain has entered protection mode. Think about this. When you talk in your native language, do you worry about every small mistake? No. You speak freely. You laugh. You correct yourself naturally. There is no fear because your brain does not see it as a threat. But in English, you have attached your identity to performance. You feel that if you make a mistake, people will measure your intelligence. And that belief creates pressure. Pressure creates fear. Fear creates silence. But here is the powerful shift. The moment you understand that your brain is only trying to protect you, you stop fighting yourself. Instead of saying, I am bad at English, you start saying, my mind is just scared of judgment. And when you name the real problem, you finally gain control over it. Train your brain to feel safe. Now the big question is, how do you stop this fear? How do you convince your brain that speaking English is not a dangerous situation? You do not fight fear. You retrain it. Right now, your brain connects English speaking with embarrassment. So, every time you try to speak, it sends a warning signal. To change this, you need to create small, safe speaking experiences again and again until your brain understands that nothing bad happens. Start small. Do not aim to give a long speech tomorrow. That will only increase pressure. Instead, speak one simple sentence in front of someone you trust. Just one sentence. It can be something basic like, I think this idea is better, or I will finish this by tomorrow. When nothing negative happens, your brain collects proof that you survived. Then increase the level slowly. Maybe ask one question in English during a discussion. Maybe share one opinion. Each small action sends a message to your brain. This is safe. You are not being attacked. You are not being rejected. Another powerful trick is to stop reacting emotionally to mistakes. If you say something wrong, correct it calmly and move on. Do not apologize too much. Do not explain yourself too much. The calmer you react, the faster your brain learns that mistakes are normal. Remember this clearly. Confidence does not come before action. Confidence comes after repeated safe experiences. Every time you speak despite fear, you weaken it. Every time you stay silent, you strengthen it. So, the real transformation is simple. Speak small. Stay consistent. React calmly. Repeat daily. When your brain feels safe, your English will automatically sound confident. And that is when people will start noticing a different version of you. The decision that changes everything. Now everything comes down to one simple decision. Not grammar. Not vocabulary. Not accent. A decision. Are you going to protect your ego, or are you going to build your confidence? Because every time you stay silent to avoid a small mistake, you protect your ego for a moment. But you damage your growth for a long time. And every time you choose to speak, even with a little fear, you might feel uncomfortable for a few seconds, but you become stronger permanently. Think about this carefully. The people who speak confidently today were not born confident. They embarrassed themselves. They mispronounced words. They forgot sentences. They were corrected. But they kept speaking. That is the only difference between them and you. 1 year from now, you will either be the same person who still says, "My English is not good," or you will be the person others look at and think, "Wow, your confidence has improved so much." That future version of you depends on the small decision you make every day. So, from today, make this rule. Do not aim to speak perfect English. Aim to speak brave English. Let your voice shake if it has to. Let people correct you if they want to. Let mistakes happen. Because every mistake you survive kills your fear slowly. And remember this line. Your English is not your problem. Your silence is. The moment you choose courage over comfort, your transformation begins. If this video made you realize that your problem was never English, but fear, then that awareness itself is your first breakthrough. Most people spend years blaming grammar. Very few people have the courage to face the real issue. And today, you did. Remember, confidence is not built in one big moment. It is built in small daily decisions. One sentence. One opinion. One brave attempt at a time. If you start today, your future self will thank you. You are not behind. You are not weak. You are just one decision away from becoming confident. Now I want you to take action immediately. Like this video if you are ready to choose courage over fear. Share this video with someone who stays silent but has so much potential. Comment below, "I choose brave English," and make your commitment public. Subscribe to this channel if you want to build real confidence, not just grammar knowledge. Press the bell icon so you never miss the next step of your transformation. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.